Now then, for this dish, we're going to do amberjack and we're going to do linguine. Before you start any recipe with half a sip of vino or 6. I'm going to have 1 followed by 5. Now, I love amberjack. It's one of my favorite fish. Now, I've let it rest for a few days. I like the protein in amberjack to be a little bit more relaxed. So we're going to sort of like sort this one out as we go. We're going to clean it, fillet it, take the guts and gills off, and from all the trimmings we're going to do a stock. In the business end of the equation, we're going to start removing all the other little bits and bobs. You do need sharp knives for doing these jobs. Underneath the gill we go. And believe you me, from what seems to be a skart, you will find out that there's another dish that you'll be able to make, and I'll show you how to do that. Gills. Careful when you work with sharp knives in difficult spots. That's it. That's all the skart. Give the fish a wash and then we're good to go. Trying to go around the rib cage, so we do that little bit as well. Tricky that, but managed to do most of it. That's one. Turn around and do the other side. Once you get the knack of it, it's easy to do. And 2. Now this we are going to boil, and from this we're going to get one of the base stocks from which this dish is going to be born. Now from another couple of dishes I did a clam pasta, you know, or risotto. When you've got stocks left from them, keep them, because they're going to be useful to adapt the flavor profile into the other dishes that you can make that come out of the sea. And this is just one of many examples which I'm going to show you, okay? Or one of the many applications that comes out of it. I'm using a chef's knife, I'm not using a filleting knife. It's just because I've done it so many times that I sort of like do it in my sleep. Now there's a bone line in between. I'm right-handed, so I'm going to go to the right-hand side of that bone line all the way. I create a little line there, okay, so I know where the bones are. They are on my left side. And then all you do to remove the fillet is you just scoop underneath. And there you go, that's done. And all that's left behind is the skin with the bones in the middle. And that is stock. So I said to you, all the skart, you do not throw that away. That's going to become another dish, which I'll show you later on. But that is gold, both nutritionally and also culinary. And see all that brown meat is left behind, which has got a different flavour. It can be a bit bitter. My father taught me how to do this when I was still a small boy. We used to go out to sea, and the first thing in the morning that, you know, obviously at some point you become hungry. I'll do this bit as well. You become hungry. So rather than doing the classic breakfast, because as fishermen we used to get up very, very early in the morning, a lot of times we just used to eat raw fish. Sashimi, straight out of the sea. I grew up like that. It's a wonderful way of growing up, actually. I really enjoyed my childhood out at sea with my father. Now then, when I do the fish stock, I start with boiling hot water. I don't go cold, that goes up. So I'm just going to boil a kettle and get this on the go, and then I'll show you the rest. Now, I like this bit particularly well. So what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to put it in cling film, and I'm going to freeze it, and I'm going to turn it into a sashimi grade amberjack, which we're going to do a marinade, a raw dish from. Now, the freezer I have, fortunately, goes to minus 30 degrees Celsius, so it's very, very cold, so it does the job very well. In 24 hours it will be ready. But the reason why you freeze it, it's not to sort of like manage the bacterial count. You manage bacterial count by being clean in the kitchen, clean. This, you need to basically eliminate the potential of parasites. It's not necessarily that they're there, but they could be. Sometimes you can't see them. So when you freeze them, you get rid of them. So I'm only going to do a little bit, but it will give you the general idea of how good this can be. I've put all the trimmings from the fish inside this pot. And we're boiling some water on the side, and it's the simple reasons, like whenever I do stocks, regardless of what they are, wait, I need some wine. I'm thirsty. Right. If you want to make your stocks nice and safe, use thermal shock, and you kill all bacteria right at the beginning with a high temperature, which is immediate. No compromise. And then once this is done, this is going to take about, I would say, a good hour. I like to really get that stock out. So also what you're releasing into your stock, or the omega oils and collagens, which of this fish is quite rich. It does belong, it is a subspecies of the tuna family. It is spectacular, okay? And then I'll show you what we're going to do with the trimmings afterwards, because there's another dish that needs to come out to that. Hang on, wait a sec. Important stuff. The glass was nearly running dry. Terrible thing, an empty glass of vino. It's as if there's a glass without a purpose. You put wine in it. See what I mean? Onto the gas stove this goes. All the way across, over the fish. So it starts immediately. I'm going to add another kettle to this. You can't have enough fish stock. Now then, for this pasta dish, a little linguine, we're going to sort of like cut the fish up. There's a bit of skin left. I'll get that off. There you go. So off we just will pop.
Che faccio? Butto dentro? Aspetto?
No, aspetta, ora ci facciamo vedere pure. I approach it like this. I chop it in fine strips across the fillet. Now for the Amberjack Linguini, we're going to be using some of the stock of the clams that was left over from doing another dish. We made a risotto from them with some lovely oyster mushrooms. I didn't throw the stock away. It just basically put it in a jar, store it in the fridge, and make sure you drink some wine in between. Also, another very important aspect of cooking is drinking good wine. I'm still on the same one, but God, I could drink that all day long. Now, the base of this is simple. Garlic, olive oil, no white wine in the actual pasta itself. This is all down to the stocks, the lovely things. Right, get that garlic going. I think I'm going to start with one clove. God, this clove is humongous, it's huge. It's a giant clove of garlic. Right, in it goes. Now olive oil, sort of like a dollop. Now we're going to revisit the olive oil on this dish because you want that as a flavour profile in the end. It softens things up remarkably. It's like adding that knoll of butter at the end when you do risotto. It has the same kind of effect, but you know, you'll see what I mean when you do it. Linguine in. Now then, if we go, jolly well pot. See that? If you look at, actually if the camera comes in, you see all those lovely oils on top, yeah? Really, really good. And in it goes, and we start the journey of making this an absolutely exceptional pasta dish. And that's about as much as we're going to use in the beginning. We're going to let the linguine, that's the name of it, linguine. Although in Italian it's linguine, but never mind. I'm going to leave the garlic in there. I'm going to amalgam as I go. And then as this fish stock reduces, I'm going to add some of the clam stock, okay? Which I'm going to go and get now. As you see, the linguine has started to soften. Now, in order to get those starches nice and thick, we're going to have to stir this. Remember, if you put a little hard work in the food that you're preparing, it always has a better outcome, as long as your effort is backed up by common sense. Where's my wine? It's amazing the amount of common sense you get if you drink a little bit of this stuff. It's magic juice, I'm telling you.
Apple juice.
Grape juice. Oh, it's good. A lot of that stock that we added in is now half of what it was. It's already gone into the pasta. With dry pasta, do remember, this is important, that you're not really cooking it in the sense of cooking it. The pasta's rehydrating. And it gets to the point of al dente, which in Italian means just cooked right. And as it gets to there, it will absorb water. In this case, it's absorbing stock, so flavour. Now then, this is the clam stock that we saved from doing the risotto with clams and oyster mushrooms earlier. I'm just going to start adding a little bit of there. I am going to add a little bit of that lovely oil on top. And there are small ladles, so I'm going to add 3 and see how that goes. I don't want to interfere too much. I want there to be like a hint, like a sort of like a gentle reminder that the clam was here. You know, sort of like when you're going in places and you see people which don't have a very high IQ that leave writing in monuments, and you sort of like wonder why the hell they do that. But it has to be a thing in passage, you understand? It's one of those things that you kind of like, it's there but it's not. And I love flavors like that. Really. And that also, by the way, remember that there's salt in the clam, yeah? Salt, so you're also salting your pasta at the same time. So it's good practice at this point to see where you are in your salt in case you need to add any. No, ma è illegale quello che sto facendo.
Illegale.
È illegale, it's illegal what I'm doing. You shouldn't be eating food like this, it's addictive. Questo si chiama guazzetto. An Italian word. Learn it well. Guazzetto. Look at that. Mamma mia, che bella cosa. Look at how nice and thick. Yeah. Now we can add a little bit more fish stock, because the pasta isn't done yet. You see how much water it's absorbed and it's gone? Some will have evaporated, but not all of it. Oh, my mama. Like 120 seconds, we are done. And then we're going to add the fish. So I'm going to get that ready because we've nearly arrived. And I think, whoops, I think we may be ready. Yep. Nearly there. One last job to get the fish done. And now the fish is going to cook lightly, and they see how it's changing colour. It needs to be completely white. But we're not cooking the fish all the way through. You have to be delicate. Bit of parsley. Ward off the evil eye, also known as malocchio. And a fresh dollop of extra virgin olive oil to finish, to recool, to bring out that amazing amalgam, and there you go, you are done. Your spaghetti with amberjack is ready to go.